Welcome to Learning Plan 6, Crises of Loss such as death, relationship breakups, and job loss. This learning plan obviously talks about all sorts of losses, such as loss of a loved one, economic loss, as well as relationship breakups, but a big part of this chapter is also Kubler-Ross's 5 stages of death and dying. It also discusses how to deal with children of divorce issues. This is often the chapter that learners have a hard time with. Many of us have experienced loss, a relationship breakup, or have lost our job at some point. So I understand if you find it difficult to read at times. The learning activities include the introductory video, reading chapter 6, PowerPoint slides, and there's also a really nice, good video on loss. You should complete quiz 6, complete a discussion board, post and 2 responses, and continue working on your papers and your crisis intervention. Let's talk about Chapter 6. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross proposed the well-known stages of death and dying: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance in the late 60s. Before that, the common theme was that you should just get over it when somebody passes away, or you should just get over it and move on and not express your sadness at a relationship breakup or a divorce. And we now know that that's not helpful. There's all sorts of stages to go through, and it's completely normal to go through stages of death and dying. You should know these definitions related to loss: bereavement, grief, mourning. You should also know the tasks of mourning and the manifestations of normal grief and the determinants of grief. The book discusses well an intervention. As with any crisis state, workers watch for symptoms that may require the attention of a physician, and they discuss what happens during an intervention. Please pay close attention to counseling principles and procedures. And on page 141, box 6.1 has 2 good examples of clients' responses to loss and subsequent interventions. Divorce and separation is discussed, children in divorce, and crises related to blended families, as well as job loss. Now on page 148 and 149, there are cases to role play. I suggest you practice your attending skills. You'll need them for the facilitation as well in the workplace. Do you know how to reframe? Can you figure out the precipitating event? Can you validate that client and really empower them? Think about those things as you role play. I hope you learned a lot in Learning Plan 6.